right, come back on inside here to the Drubner Center on the campus at Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut. Start time for the men's game, getting ready to tip off here on the campus at Post University. Women's just won 66-58. And we welcome you back inside here to the Drubner Center on the CACC Network. Griffin Cass on hand with you. It is time for the men's game, and this is a huge game for playoff positioning. We're taking a look at the North Division standings. Post currently the 2 seed. Felician currently the 5 seed, but they each have 8 wins in conference. Post at 8-5 in conference, and Felician 8-6 in conference. So there are 5 teams here that are in contention to get the top 4 seeds in the North Division to earn one of the 4 playoff spots. That's Bloomfield at number 1 at 9-5, Post at number 2 at 8-5, Caldwell at number 3, 8-5 as well, Dominican at 8-6, and Felician at 8-6. So one of those teams is not going to make the 2024 CACC tournament. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First, for the visiting Felician Golden Falcons, head coach is Yvonne Lewis in his 8th season, graduated from Felician in 2004. It is Jabri Fitzpatrick, Deanne McRae, Jalen Cologne, Johnny Tovar, and Javon Jackson. That will round out the 5. For Felician, for the Eagles, the same starting lineup that Mark Kuntz has gone to in previous games. Dang Diang, Quest Harris, Robert Sanders, Bollicott, and Harrison Warnock. We are ready for jump tip here in Waterbury. So glad you could be with us here on the CACC Network. And again, Mark Kuntz looking at his post record at 99-94. So with a win here today, Kuntz would get his 100th win as a head coach for the Eagles. Felician is in the black uniforms. Post is in the white uniforms. Biggest game of the season for both of these teams. This is a gigantic contest here at the Drubner Center. So much on the line for playoff positioning and to make the playoffs at that. The winner of this one will likely make the 2024 CACC playoffs. A loss here today would be detrimental to their postseason hopes. Dieng and Tovar will jump it up at half court. Eagles left to right, Golden Falcons right to left, and Felician will have the game's first offensive possession. Here is Jalen Cologne, number 11, swings it to Johnny Tovar, back to Cologne. Feed inside to Deanne McRae, who's 6'5", 285 pounds. He goes right at Warnock, can't finish. Cott climbs the ladder for the board. Dieng, who had 21 points and 13 rebounds in that win on Thursday against Holy Family for the Eagles. Now Cott drives it and kicks. Harry Warnock. Dieng hesitates. Guarded by Javon Jackson, pulls it back. A 3 is off the heel. Javi Fitzpatrick back up top. McRae, pass inside. Tovar, air ball's a baby hook, and here comes Quest Harris the other way with the rebound. The former Sacred Art Pioneer, the runner, got it to fall. And the Eagles strike first with a minute gone here in this first half. Tovar with it in the mid-post, goes backdoor for Javon Jackson, in on Sanders, throws it back out into the backcourt. That would be a turnover by Felician. So a side out here for the Eagles. Again, 17-7 overall, 8-5 in conference. And for Felician, they are 12-13 overall, 8-6 in conference. Eagles 8-2 here at home. Cott uses the screen. Met by Fitzpatrick. Fake going back door to Harris. Now Dieng has it, tries to turn that corner, goes right at Jackson. Dieng leans in, kicks it out to Harris. Up top, Sanders, his drive, scoop, and it goes out of bounds. That will be a 30-second shot clock violation on the Eagles. McRae throws it ahead. Cologne races into the front court. Gets it back. Spins. Nice defense there by Quest Harris. Yeah, both of these teams, they recognize what's at stake here. So much to play for with not a lot of time left in the regular season. Eagles force another turnover. Harris picks it up and is running. Brings it back out to Sanders. Wants a screen. Uses it. Tries to turn that corner. Scoop shot is engulfed by Tovar. Oh, he came out of nowhere to block that one. Jackson goes right at a Kant. The tip, no. Got another miss. Jackson through the thicket of the defense draws the foul. And this is the 47th all-time matchup between the Eagles and the Golden Falcons. Eagles 28-18 all-time. The second matchup of the year. First one was on January 9th where the Eagles won 83-69. And they have won the last 3 meetings against Felician. First of 2 off the mark for Jackson as Abdul Shanunu checks in for Tovar. Jackson comes into this one shooting 38 for 53 from the foul line on the year. Nails the back end of 2 to get Felician on the board. Full court press here by the Golden Falcons. It's into a Kant. Bull crosses the timeline, gets into the front court, shovels it for Sanders. Back up top to Dieng, who is 6th in the conference in points per game at 16.7. Here's Harris scooping, missing, getting his own miss. Back out Warnock, he'll tee up a 3. Splash down. Jackson tries to answer. And Warnock clears the outlet for Harris. Moves it into the front court. Quest Harris, hard drive. Missed the lay, and it's rebounded by McRae. McRae goes behind the back, putting on the moves inside to Jackson, who banks it in. And Javon Jackson, number 24 in black, has all 3 of the points here for Felician. Dieng is trapped, turns it over, throws it into the hands of Shanunu, who banks it in. And Mark Kuntz is furious, trying to pick up his 100th win in his post-university career in his 7th year at the helm here for Post. Warnock across the lane. Got the roll. Jackson throws it in. Shanunu takes it inside. Had it stripped away, regains it. Akak got his hands on it. Ball, they're playing Twister, and Sanders picks it up. Here's the Eagles off for the 4th turnover. Harris drives, Harris scoops, Harris scores. Fitzpatrick, McRae, Shanunu. Cologne playing with his food out front, guarded by Harris, drives it, scoops it, and scores. Jalen Cologne, the graduate student from Patterson, New Jersey, with a pretty deuce. And it's 8-7 Eagles with nearly 5 minutes played in this first half. Williams and Alsey, that's Saquon Williams and Kyle Alsey at the scores table for the Eagles, getting set to check in. Sanders uses the screen. Back to Warnock. He's made one from downtown. Takes this one inside. In on McRae. Baby hook with the right hand is too strong, and Cologne picks up the long rebound. Goes right at Harris. Missed the lay. Fitzpatrick right there for the offensive rebound. It goes back out to Cologne. He'll reset the Golden Falcons offense with 5 minutes played. Here in this first half, it's Fitzpatrick across the lane drawing the foul. They get the foul on Sanders. Saquon Williams, Kyle Alsey, Trey Duncan all in here for the Eagles. With 14:53 to play here in this first half. Under the basket out of bounds, Cologne triggers it into Shanunu. Fitzpatrick, McRae. Cologne tried to go back door. They were not on the same page, and the Eagles force a turnover. Here's a sophomore dunking, kicking, Dieng, driving, spinning, feeding. Duncan takes it inside, misses. Dieng on the tip, no. Fight for the rebound. Kyle Alsey has it and is fouled by Fitzpatrick on the reach-in. 14:30 to play here in the first half. Eagles will take it under the basket, leading by 1. Both teams shooting poorly from the floor. Felician only 3 for 11, as we'll see some substitutions in here. As Jonathan Eismith checks in here for Felician. Dieng triple, back iron, and it's Fitzpatrick climbing the ladder for the board. And Anas Amos into the game here, floats it, can't connect. He was listed as a late scratch, but he's in this game here. Amos, who is second on the team in scoring at 14.9, will actually tie for first. Akant fades, Akant hits on the turnaround J. And Bulls got his first points of the game. Akant, who's 9th in the conference in points per game at 15.2, gets his first jumper to fall, and Derek Thomas, the second in here for the first time for the Eagles, the senior. So 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. It is Williams, Duncan, Thomas, Akant, and Alsey. Amos, Fitzpatrick, Tovar, Jackson, and Eismith, the 5 on the floor here for Felician. Here's Jackson in the mid-post. Guarded by the sophomore from Meriden, Connecticut. Dangerous pass. It gets to the hands of Fitzpatrick. He elevates. Can't hit. Ball knocked around. Back out Fitzpatrick. 2 for $1. Cash. It's a 3. And Fitzpatrick ties up the score at 10 apiece here with 13.5 to play in the first half. And the Eagles coming off of that win here. A quick turnaround for the Eagles as they beat Holy Family. The step back J by Williams is too strong here. They beat Holy Family right here at the Drumner Center by 19 on Thursday, 78-59. As Felician, they played as Amos knocks down the 3. As Felician, they played on Tuesday at Bridgeport, losing 74-65. 13-10 here. Felician leads it. Akant, the bounce. It's Williams, guarded by Amos. Alsey goes right at Tovar. Baby hook. Doesn't fall, and Tovar rips down the rebound. Now Amos will move it into the front court. Met by Akant, gets around the screen. Threads the needle inside for Tovar. Working on Alsey, shake and bake. Baby hook is pure. Johnny Tovar with a flurry of moves, and he's got the deuce, and Felician with a 5-point lead. This is their largest lead of the game. Akant gets around the Alsey screen, elevates, and can't hit the jump shot. Rebound belongs to Jackson. Jackson coughed it up. Akant with the theft. Slips it. Alsey banks it in. Tasty dish by Akant. Threading the needle with the bounce. Amos throws it ahead. It is Tovar going right down the lane and was met at the summit by Alsey. Couldn't tell if Alsey blocked that or it was a missed dunk by Tovar. Either way, the Eagles with the ball with 11:35 remaining in the first half. Williams catch, shoot, triple, book it to Quan Williams. The freshman puts it up and through. Tovar feeds it inside. Eismith blocked by Alsey. Duncan, catch, shoot. It's a 3. Trey Duncan, yes sir, from the outside. And the Eagles regain the lead on an 8-0 run. Jackson, Amos, met by Williams. Yeah, this is a huge game. Both of these teams know what's at stake. Both squads have 8 wins in the North Division. Amos was picked. Williams picks it up. Alsey goes right down the lane. And he is fouled with 10:43 to play in the first half. So it'll be free throws here for Alsea. Tavian Pollock and Deanne McRae getting set to check back in for Felician. Harris and Warnock getting set to check back in for Post. Again, just reminding you about what's at stake here. Bloomfield at the #1 seed in the North Division at 9-5. Alsea buries the first of 2. Then Post, Caldwell, Dominican, Felician, all with 8 wins. Felician and Caldwell with 5 losses, and Dominican and Felician with 6 losses. So 4 teams make the conference tournament in the North Division. So this is a huge game, a playoff-like atmosphere here at the Drumner Center on this Saturday afternoon in late February. Alsea, string music on both free throws. As we get a whistle called here. Warnock is in for Alsea, so 5 on the floor here for Post. It is Warnock, Duncan, Thomas, Harris, and Williams. Pollock, Fitzpatrick, McRae, Amos, and Tovar, the 5 on the floor here for Felician. Dangerous pass. Williams gets on the deck. Eagles force a turnover. Harris drives. Back out Thomas. Leaves it for Williams. Hesitates. Shut off nicely there by Tovar. Duncan. Warnock got the step off the window, and it pinballs out. And they say last touch by Post with 10:09 remaining here in the first half. Cologne is back in. He will sub out Fitzpatrick on the Felician side. The Eagles lead by 5. Both teams in search for their 9th win in conference. Cologne pulls it and sticks it from the mid-range. Cologne in that January 9th game had 4 points as he started and played 29 minutes. Harris, Warnock puts it on the deck and bounces it for Duncan, who kicks it out to Harris. Back to Trey. The mid-range is up and through. Trey Duncan getting to his spot and elevating on the J. Cologne throws it ahead. Tovar the bounce. Pollock into the game here, number 3 in black. Cologne on the drive. The fade blocked by Harris, but we get a foul. This is the 3rd to last game of the regular season for the Eagles. Up next is traveling to Caldwell, New Jersey to face off against the Cougars on Wednesday. And then a week from today, they will end their regular season hosting University of Bridgeport right here at the Drumner Center on March 2nd. Cologne makes the first of 2. Jalen Cologne tied for first in points per game this year for Felician. 14.9 per game. The graduate student, 78 for 106 from the foul line coming into this one, and he is all cords on both free throws. 3-point game. Akot, Harris, Sanders, Warnock, Dieng. Starting 5 back out on the floor here for the Eagles. Dieng looks to set the down screen and gets it here on the wing. Now feeds it up to Akot. Under 9 to play here in this first half. Sanders sets for 3. His first 3 of the game is right down the hatch. Big shot Rob knocks it down. McRae throws it ahead. And now it's Cologne setting up the Felician offense. D.N. McRae, 6'5", 285 pounds, feeds it for Pollock, who gets around the screen, feeds it to him on the roll, and he finishes through rush hour traffic. Harris gets it across the timeline and slows it down for the Eagles. Akot will set up the offense. Shovels it to Dieng, his partner in crime. Dieng looks to go to work. Guarded by Tovar, sees a crowd. Warnock Sanders just made one. How about another? Yes, sir. Ring it up for Sanders. Got a 3. Back-to-back triples for Big Shot Rob. A Connecticut native from Naugatuck. The teardrop by Amos is up and through. .7:35 to play here in the first half. 28-23 Eagles in a must-win scenario for both teams. Harris gets around the screen, kicks it out. Rob, how about 3 in a row? No. McRae will bring it into the front court on the right side. Met by Warnock. Killer cross, gets inside, poked by Akant. Akant is ahead of the field, shows it for Dieng, and he was stripped. As it goes out of bounds, they say last touch by Amos. As Williams and Alsey will sub in here for the Eagles, Jackson and Fitzpatrick in for Felician. And we are going to step aside here. Timeout called with 7:04 remaining in the first half. 28-23 Eagles. You are watching Division II men's basketball, and it's on the CACC network. Back out of the timeout here. 7:04 to play in the first half. Eagles with a 5-point lead, and they'll take it under the basket. The freshman from Brockton, Massachusetts will trigger it in to the junior from St. Cloud, Minnesota. He pulls it and missed everything. Fitzpatrick the rebound, and he comes down with it. Cologne lobs it inside. Tovar catches. Nearly stripped away by Alsey. It's worked around to McRae. His triple is off the heel. Caught. Wanted the continuation, but this is not the National Basketball Association. The foul will be on the floor. Williams. Alsey. DA. Sanders wants a screen. Six on the shot clock. Akant will set for 3. Halfway down and out. McRae the rebound. Felician 9 for 21 from the floor. Post 11 for 27. Cologne trying to get around the freshman. Spinning inside, wild pass. It's saved by Jackson on the near side. He'll pull for 3, way off. Akant the rebound, 5:45 to play here in the first half. Akant into the front court. The cross, left to right, gets into the lane, back out Sanders. He's made 2 from downtown. Drives it with his left, bounces it. Alsey couldn't finish, but he got fouled. Alsey 2 for 2 from the foul line. Will shoot his 3rd and 4th. The junior from Everett, Massachusetts, leaves the first one short. Harris back in, Akant out. Shinunu back in for Felician. Tovar will grab a seat. Alsey, empty trip. Lone pass inside, nearly deflected away by by Harris. Last touch by Post. So it'll be Felician taking it under the basket. Thrown into Jackson, tiptoeing that sideline. Pokes free by Sanders out of bounds. Cologne comes to get it. 7 on the shot clock. Fitzpatrick lofts it out of bounds. It goes off of his knee. So the call was initially right. And Dieng and the official having some fun words. Dribble handoff. Williams has some space and knocks down the 3. Yes, sir. Ring it up for Taquan. Eagles with an 8-point lead. Four and a half to play here in the first half. Cologne. Nice closeout there by Harris. Eagles are 5 for 8 from downtown. Blocked by Dieng. Saved in play by Sanders. Taquan. Back to Rob. Long triple. Off the mark. And McRae the board. Fitzpatrick the push. Goes right down that lane. Coast to coast. Jabri Fitzpatrick. All the way to the 10. Williams. Sanders. Harris. Under 4 to play in this first half. Harris back out. Williams. Quick trigger on the triple. Splash down. Eagles are shooting the lights out of the ball from downtown. Their 6 made three-pointer. They are 6 for 10 from the outside. 3.5 to play here in the first half. It's lobbed in for McRae. He catches, comes down, goes right at Dieng. Got him up in the air, and he was clobbered. So it'll be free throws here for McRae. Dieng McRae, a redshirt senior, an absolute unit, 6'5", 285 pounds, from Newark, New Jersey. He is a force in that interior. Knocks down the first of 2 from the line. McRae 4th on the team in points per game at 10 even. He's not a great free throw shooter at 35 for 55 on the year. Coming into this one, makes it an 8-point game. Warnock, Thomas, Harris, Duncan, and Williams, the 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. As McRae rattles home the back end of 2. 2 for 2 with that trip to the free throw line. 34-27, Eagles lead it. Williams is trapped, and a timeout called. Smart timeout called by the freshman. And we will step aside here. 3:21 to play in the first half. You are watching Division II men's basketball on the CACC network. Back out of the timeout with 3:21 to play here in the first half. 34-27 lead for the Eagles. As it's Williams, Harris, Warnock, Duncan, and Thomas, the 5 on the floor here out of the break. Eagles try to break that press. Cologne gets on the floor. Oh, they're playing Twister, and the Golden Falcons force a turnover. Cologne across the lane, and he banks it in. Defense, offense. Felician within 5. Bad pass, another bad pass. It's hit out of bounds. Last touch, Fitzpatrick. .258 to play here in this first half. It's thrown into Akant, who checks in. Subbed in for Harris, goes behind the back. Akant with the nifty ball handling. Back out Williams. Off right on the triple. It's thrown ahead. Jackson ahead of the field. Williams closes in. It was nearly blocked. It's hit around, and Thomas picks it up. 2:40 to play here in the first half. Williams cuts the defense, scoop, too strong. Rebounded by Fitzpatrick, and he throws it out to Jackson. In on Warnock, and he lays it in. A 6-0 run for Felician brings them within 3 here with 2 minutes to play in this first half. Williams is trapped. He needs a friend. He's got Warnock. Warnock back out. Duncan elevates. Jump shots off the heel. And Felician with the momentum here brings it into the front court. Amos. In and out dribble. Back out Akant. Baby hook. It falls. Rattles it home. And the run continues for Felician. It's an 8-0 run, and it's a 1-point game with 1.5 minutes to play in this first half. It is Akant. Drives with his left, kicks it out Thomas. Cross-court feed. Warnock out to Thomas, triple. And Felician can take the lead here with a bucket to extend the run. Fitzpatrick 1-2, lay it up, can't lay it in. Thomas secures it for the Eagles. 1 minute to play in this first half. Akant in and out dribble. Brings it back out. Screen set by Warnock. Akant right down the lane, and he got fouled. And Akant has word for Amos after the whistle. Harris will sub in. Williams will sub out. Getting under the basket out of bounds here for the Eagles with Harris to trigger. Gets it into Warnock. Akant puts it on the deck, coughs it up. Amos the theft. Goes right at Thomas. Couldn't finish, but a foul. And Anas Amos will shoot a pair at the line. Coming back from injury. You see that right hand taped up. .42 for 68 from the foul line on the year is number 2 in black. Left the first one short. This next one would tie it up at 34 apiece. Felician on an 8-0 run. Amos with an empty trip. And the Eagles coming back the other way. A 1-point lead, 40 seconds to play here in this first half. Harris uses a screen, Carr's inside, scoops and scores. Wes Harris taking out his do-it-yourself kit for the deuce, and the Eagles up by 3. They end the 8-0 run by Felician. Cologne with it. About a half a second difference between shot clock and game clock. Shot clock is at 14, but it won't matter because Fitzpatrick throws it out of bounds. And the Eagles will take over with the shot clock off. 15 seconds remaining. Thrown into Akant. It is Harris, Akant, Warnock Thomas and Duncan, the 5 to end this first half for the Eagles. Harris, the killer cross, the spin, the shot, the score. Wes Harris at the buzzer. And the Eagles take a 5-point lead heading into halftime. 38-33. You are watching Division II men's basketball on the CACC network.
champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
In a country where 1 in 5 people are affected by a mental health condition, it's time
right, we welcome you back inside to the Drummer Center. Halftime is nearing its conclusion, and we're getting set for the start of the second half between the Eagles and the Golden Falcons. Eagles lead at 38-33 with Taquan Williams, the freshman, leading the way with 9 points. He's 3 for 4 from downtown. Eagles as a team, are 6 for 13 from downtown. Williams has 3, Sanders has 2, and Duncan has 1. It would be a Cott, Warnock, Dieng, Sanders, and Harris, the starting 5 to begin this second half for the Eagles. Fitzpatrick, McRae, Cologne, Jackson, and Tovar. The 5 on the floor for Felician. The second half is underway with the Eagles having the half's first offensive possession. It's Sanders on the right wing. Gets the screen from Warnock. Pulls it. And got the soft bounce. Shooter's touch for Sanders. And you can give him 8 points now for Big Shot Rob. Averages 10.5 on the year. The junior from Naugatuck, Connecticut. Eagles strike first to begin the second half. Again, just repeating at what is at stake as McRae gets inside, blew the layup, Dieng the rebound. 4 different teams, 4 out of the 6 in the North Division have 8 wins. Bloomfield at 9 wins as the number 1 seed. Warnock gets inside, can't finish, got his miss, back up and in the foul. Harry Warnock, a 3-point play opportunity, and the Eagles start the second half on a mini 4-0 run. Yeah, so going back to the standings here, Eagles the 2 seed at 8-5, and Felician is the 5 seed at 8-6. So lots of shuffling here after this one. As Warnock misses the free throw, can't complete the 3-point play. Eagles have their largest lead of the game at 9. The teardrop from Fitzpatrick is off the mark. And Akot has the rebound. Warnock goes behind the back, spins in on McRae. Back out to Sanders, thought about the 3. Uses the screen, met by Jackson, tries it with his left, fades. And the jump shot's too strong. McRae the rebound, Cologne ahead to Jackson, gets inside. Pinned by Dieng, he just packed that one off the glass. Akot turns it over. Jackson the theft. A 3-on-2 for Felician. It goes to Cologne. The trailer is Tovar. He smoked the layup. Dieng the board. And he's fouled by Cologne in the backcourt with 18-14 remaining in regulation. Again, Mark Kuntz in his 7th year has an overall record here at post of 99-94. With a win here today, it would be his 100th of his post-university career. Harris, Sanders. Now it's Harris swinging, getting it right back from Akot. Goes up to Sanders, brings it back out. Harris across the lane. Akot sets for 3, in and out. And Tovar garners the rebound. Cologne into the front court on the near side. 17:40 remaining in regulation. 2 games remaining in the regular season for the Eagles after the completion of this one. Jackson triple, knocks it down. Sanders coughed it up. McRae got his hand on it. Now Cologne all the way inside is fouled by Sanders. And it'll be free throws here for the graduate student Jalen Cologne, wears number 11 for Felician. Cologne rattles home the first of two. Halsey in, Warnock out on the Eagles side. Cologne 6, both free throws. It's a 4-point game, 3 minutes gone here in the second half. Eagles 41% from the floor, Felician 40%. Swung back to Harris, bounces it for Dieng, and in education and anticipation there by Javon Jackson, forcing the turnover. Felician the other way, Cologne, flurry of moves, gets inside, hangs, can't finish, Dieng collects the rebound. They'll move it into the front court down the middle. Dieng. First on the team in points per game at 16.7, at 21 points and 13 rebounds. Thursday, right here at home against Holy Family. Here's a Cott elevating and nailing the jump shot. Bola Cott, pretty shot. And he's got 4 points now, 2 for 5 from the floor. Fitzpatrick gets around the screen, the step back, back out, a wide open Tovar, makes no mistake. It's a three. One possession game, Sanders with it. Cott settles it down. Gets right back to that same spot, a different result. And Fitzpatrick the boards, 15 and a half remaining here in regulation. It's Fitzpatrick pulling the cord back for three, and Sanders the weak side rebound. Sanders had it poked from behind, Cologne with the active hands. And Felician forces another turnover as it's Jackson for the tie. Cott slows it down and will set up the Eagles offense. Crossover. Dieng, Sanders. A little over 5 minutes gone. Sanders, mind made up, missed the light. Dieng cleans it up. Back to a 5-point game. It's Tovar on the roll through the thicket of the defense. Gets it back, banks it up, can't bank it in. Another miss, blocked by Alsey. Rebounded by Akat. And Deng Dieng is a little shaken up after the fact. Clock stopped at 14:30 remaining here in the second half. Duncan and Williams back in. Sanders and Harris out. Tovar and Cologne are also out. Amos and Pollock are in for the Golden Falcons. Akat throws it in. DA looks to go to work. He's got Javon Jackson on him, swings it to his partner in crime. Akat open for three. Amos spins, kicks. McRae. Amos drives it on that baseline and dribbled it off his foot. But they say it was last touched by the Eagles. They might have gotten that call wrong. It looked like Amos dribbled it off his foot. And Thomas will sub in here for Dieng. 13:56 remaining here in regulation. A 5-point lead for the Eagles. Amos the trigger under the basket. Gets it into number 3 in black. Now up top to number 1. Fitzpatrick on the drive. Fitzpatrick gets fouled. Fitzpatrick got the soft bounce on the first of two. Harrison, Akat out. Fitzpatrick nails both free throws. Harris, met in the backcourt, throws it out to Thomas. It's a 3-point game, 1 possession. High-low action. Handoff. Williams sets for 3. Too strong, and the rebound tracked down by Fitzpatrick on the weak side. He goes right at Harris. The scoop with the left hand. Oh, that's pretty by Jabri Fitzpatrick, going the length of the floor with 0 fear. Now Williams throws it to the sophomore. In that corner, gets it out of there. It's reset with Harris here on the near wing. Gets a screen set by Alsey, in and out dribble, back out Williams. Quick trigger on the triple, didn't have enough on it. But Duncan gets a fresh 20 for the Eagles. 7 minutes gone here in the second half. Williams, moving screen. They get Thomas for the whistle. Felician can take the lead with a bucket right here. Last lead for Felician was when it was 15-12 in the first couple minutes. The Eagles have had the lead for 87% of the game. McRae, mid-post, going right at Warnock. 2 heavyweights banging inside, and they get the foul on Harry Warnock. And Amos will trigger under the basket here with 12:36. Pollock could not corral the ball on the inbound pass. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Felician. That is their 11th turnover of the game to post his 8th. Williams is trapped, gets out of it. Now Duncan, Warnock. Across the lane. Looking for the back door to Duncan, who was shut off. Duncan gets it in the corner. Harris on the drive. 7 on the shot clock. Warnock straight on triple. You bet. Harry Warnock with a downtown hit. And the Eagles go up by 4. Thanks to the graduate student. Jackson, midi, can't answer. Harris the board and the push. The cross, the drive, the foul. Foul goes against Amos. And Quest Harris is going to the line to shoot a pair with 11:46 remaining in regulation. Dieng in, Thomas out. Cologne in, Jackson out on the Felician side. Harris, not a great free throw shooter, 12 for 22 on the year coming into today. Got the shooter's touch on the second of 2. Eagles up by 6. Amos. McRae. Pollock. Thought about the 3. Hesitates. Drives. Pulls. Misses. And Duncan the board. Eagles will slow it down with Harris. The cross. The kick. It's worked up to Warnock. How about back-to-back? Fitzpatrick. The trailer is Amos. Got it to him too late. Amos on the drive. Amos the floater. Goes out of bounds. Last touch, McRae. Eagles ball. 11:08 to play here in the second half. And Sanders will check in for Williams. Sanders, Warnock, Dieng, Duncan, and Harris. The 5 on the floor here for Mark Kuntz in search of his 100th win in his post-university career. Dangerous pass. Duncan has it, throws it out to Dieng. Harris Extra feed, Warnock banks it in. Warnock now to double figures. He leads all scorers for the Eagles with 11. Harris, the other Eagle, in double figures with 10. Cologne swings it. Pollock drives it, floats it, misses. Harris throws it ahead to Duncan. Duncan gets around his defender and lays it in. Eagles up by double digits. Timeout, Felician. You are watching Division II men's basketball on the CACC network. Don't go anywhere. We got 10:34 remaining in regulation. Back out of the Felician timeout. Fitzpatrick, Cologne, Amos, Pollock, and Tovar, the 5 on the floor here for Felician. Sanders, Duncan, Dieng, Harris, Warnock, 5 on the floor for your Eagles in search of their 4th consecutive win against Felician. Felician has not defeated Post since March 5th, 2022. Under 10.5 to play here in regulation. Eagles have extended the lead to double digits at 55-45. This is the largest lead of the game for your Eagles. In search of their 9th win in conference, a turnaround by Fitzpatrick and missed everything. Sanders, Warnock, Harris. Midway through the second half. Duncan comes up top to get it, fakes on the 3, takes a step inside, and is in and out on the J. Warnock the board, back out, Rob, kaboom! It's a 3. Sanders with his 3rd made 3 of the game. Amos had it poked away by Harris out of bounds. As Jackson checks in for Felician, Pollock will sub out. Fitzpatrick, the drive, swatted by Dieng. Oh, he put it on hold like customer service. Jang Dieng with another emphatic rejection. He's got 22 blocks on the season coming into this one. And he's got the theft. Dieng on the drive. Regains it, missed the lay. It's back out to Duncan. Warnock, Dieng. Thought 3, now fires and connects. Yes, sir, ring it up for Dang Dieng. Fresh snow from the outside. And the Eagles' lead has ballooned to 16. Pass inside, intercepted. Eagles look to turn some defense into offense. Harris, back out. Warnock drives, gets inside. Timeout, Felician. Eagles all of a sudden up by 18 with 8:52 remaining in regulation. Back out of the timeout, the Eagles have started the second half on a 25-12 run to go up by 18 with 8:52 remaining here in regulation. Harry Warnock leading the way for the Eagles with 13, Sanders right behind him with 11, and Harris with 10. Dieng and Akot, the two heads of the snake for the Eagles, have only combined for 9 points. Here's a theft by Duncan in education in elevation. Throw it down, Trey. Cologne's floater now. Jackson the board. Goes back up, can't hit it. Warnock tips it out to Sanders, throws it out to Duncan, gets inside. Back-to-back buckets for the sophomore. Eagles up 22. Fitzpatrick quiets the crowd momentarily. Sanders backdoor, blocked. Fitzpatrick packed it off the glass. Amos stop, pop, triple, too strong. Rebound tapped out to Sanders, throws it out to Dieng. Harris trailing, Dieng 1-2, lay it up, can't lay it in. Rebound tapped out, Duncan gets on the floor, and it's picked up by Tovar. Felician running 1-2, Euro set no. Jackson gets it and puts it back up and in. 7:20 remaining in regulation. Dieng is trapped. Harris throws it out to Sanders, who gets it across the timeline. Kicks it. Duncan. 17-point lead for the Eagles in a must-win for both squads. Dieng pick and pop. Sanders goes up high for the board. Back up and in. Rob Sanders, his second chance effort. Tovar goes backdoor. Nice setup. A tasty dish by Tovar, and Cologne lays it in. Delay of game warning on Cologne. Thomas Williams, a caught back in. Warnock, Dieng, and Harris and Duncan will sub out. So 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. It is Alsey, Thomas, Sanders, Akot, and Williams. 6:42 remaining in regulation. Eagles with a 17-point lead. They have dominated here in the second half. They came into this half up by 5. It was 38-33. And they are outscoring Felician at 31-19 here in the second half. Sanders uses a screen pocket pass. Alsey inside, lays it in. Yes, and the foul. Kyle Alsey, a 3-point play opportunity. Alsey 2 for 4 from the line, making 3 for 5 as he completes a 3-point play. Jackson lost it. Williams ahead of the field, lays it in. Eagles lead is back up to 22. With 6 minutes to play here in regulation. Fitzpatrick is fouled by Alsey. Amos fouled. Felician's field goal percentage has really dropped as the game has continued. They are at 34% from the floor, 19 for 56. Fitzpatrick off of the screen. Back iron on the triple. Rebound knocked out. Akot has it. Train down the tracks. Alsey couldn't flush it home, but he got fouled by Tovar. He wanted that slam. Also now 4 for 6 from the free throw line. And the Eagles with their largest lead of the game at 23 with 5:47 to play in the second. Pull off the board, and here comes Felician the other way. Do they have a final run in them? Or will it be much of the same here for the Eagles? Fitzpatrick. Felician needed that one. They can't get it. Cologne right there for the offensive rebound and is fouled by a Cott. Here's Cologne at the line. He's 4 for 4, making 4 for 5 as he can't connect on the first of 2. Back end of 2 falls for Cologne. Williams throws it into a Cott. Eagles break the press. Bad pass. Williams has it. One more to the corner. It's a Sanders triple. That's a spot, and he knocks it down. Sanders now leading the way for the Eagles in points. He's got 16. Fitzpatrick. Five different Eagles in double figures. Sanders leading the way with 16. Warnock with 13. Duncan and Williams each with 11, the underclassmen, and Quest Harris with 10. And it looks like Felician is going to be waving the white flag here as they are going to sub in the end of the bench here. So Alfie Concepcion into the game here for Felician, as well as Zayon McRae. Free throws off, and the Eagles will settle it down with their largest lead of the game at 25 with 5 minutes remaining in regulation. Williams threads the needle inside. Alcee spins and gets the deuce. Pretty low post move by Alcee using that footwork. Julius David Jr. into the game here for the first time. Number 0 in black swings it. McRae. David Jr. putting on the moves. The scoop shot is off. McRae the board. Whips it back out to Fitzpatrick, who gets to the foul line. The jump shot is in and out. The tip is good as Alcee couldn't clear the defensive rebound. That to a 25-point game. 4:10 remaining here in regulation. Eagles with a huge second half here. Sanders putting on the moves, the drive, the bounce, Alcee inside. Missed the baby hook, left it short. And here comes Felician the other way with 3:45 remaining in regulation. So bearing a miracle here, Eagles are going to get this must-win victory over Felician. As Alex Balbuena into the game here for Fitzpatrick. Cott and Sanders check out. Cape Holden into the game for the first time along with Duncan. So it's Holden, Alcee, Duncan, Thomas, and Williams, the 5 on the floor here for the Eagles. McRae on the drive, fades, and left it well short. Williams across the timeline, met by McRae. Behind the back, the 3 is good. Rattles it home. Some razzle-dazzle. Taquan Williams with the sauce. And that is the nail in the coffin. Mark Kuntz is going to empty his bench. Trent Westbrook, Rico Powell, Christian Rogers will check into the game here for post. And sub out Alsey, Duncan, and Williams. Powell. Caleb Sampson checks in for Thomas. Eagles with a huge victory here at home. Felician is going to fall to 8-7 in conference, 12-14 overall. Eagles are going to improve to 9-5 in conference and 18-7 overall, as the Eagles are going to extend their win streak to 3. And they are going to have a huge game at Caldwell on Wednesday. And the Eagles are going to be looking for revenge in that one because Caldwell beat them 92-80 right here at home on January 17th. That was a exhilarating game. And then the Eagles are going to end their regular season with a home game against University of Bridgeport on Saturday, a week from today. And for Felician, they have one more game remaining in the season. Powell takes it inside. Rico Powell, the junior from Chicago, with the deuce. And the air ball by David Jr. Felician, they have one more game remaining on their regular season schedule. They are going to be hosting Dominican University of New York on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Rogers. Powell. McRae, the teardrop. 1:15 remaining in regulation, winding things down. Sampson hangs, can't finish, but he was fouled. And the Eagles bench is having some fun on that sideline. So Sampson will shoot a pair. And Mark Kuntz is going to get his 100th victory as the head coach here at Post University. He has more than 100 in his career as a head coach, but he's 100th as a head coach for Post. Sampson. Eagles are going to take the last 4 matchups against Felician and win the season series 2-0. Lama triple short. Under a minute to play here in regulation. McRae fakes on the 3 and has it taken away by Powell. Rico behind the back, the razzle dazzle, missed the lay. McRae back iron. A 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Powell, 3, boom. The shot clock is off. Felician can just dribble it out, and that will do it. Eagles win by a final score of 90-59 and get their 9th win in conference in a must-win scenario. So for our entire team and crew here at the Drumner Center, I'm Griffin Cass signing off. We'll have the post-game interview coming up next. All right, Griffin Cass alongside head coach for Post University men's basketball, Mark Kuntz. Eagles win 90-59 in what was a must-win over Felician University. Coach, you got your 100th victory as a head coach here at Post University. What does that milestone mean to you? 99 and 94 overall record coming in.
Wow. Okay. Well, 100 wins is great, but I haven't scored a point here. So it's all about the players that have been here before. They give the work, that contribute, go and practice every day, do the work, go out on the floor, do everything that we ask. Especially this group, they play as hard as any team I've had. Like I said, this isn't about me. It's about the kids. They've got the 100 wins, not me.
Absolutely love that response. So you guys were up by 5 heading into the second half, outscored Felician 52-26. Just what was the message that you conveyed to your squad during halftime?
Well, we were really guarding in the first half, held them to 33 points. They average 82 a game. So we were just saying, okay, we got to keep guarding. And then offensively, we missed a lot of easy shots in the first half. Open threes, layups. And it's been kind of a theme in the second half. We start making threes. And now when you're playing great defense, it just opens up the game. And we got away from a very good Felician team.
Absolutely. So final question for you. You guys got 2 games remaining, going to Caldwell looking for some revenge on Wednesday, and then finishing against University of Bridgeport. Just what's it going to take to end the season off winning those 2 games?
I think we just keep doing what we're doing. We've played 25 games now. We're 18-7. I think these guys know what it takes to win. We just got to keep doing that for 2 more games.
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you so much for taking some time. Congrats on the 100th win, and we'll bring in Trey Duncan right after you. Sweet. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, then, Trey, we can bring you in right here. Thanks for taking some time, my man. Appreciate it. All right, so now alongside the sophomore from Meriden, Connecticut, Trey Duncan. Trey, you had 11 points in this one, 5 for 8 shooting from the floor. Just what was working for you here in this one?
It was just my teammates putting me in the best position possible. We all locked in on defense, and I was able to get some shots off. It was basically a team effort in general, to be honest.
So Dane Dieng and Bolakot, who have led the team here, both top 10 in the conference in points per game. They only combined for 9 today, yet you guys win by 31. Just how were you guys able to get that done?
Well, they just impact the game on so many levels. They don't have to score to impact the game. Like I said, we locked it defensively, and they were able to facilitate the ball and give us the best shot possible.
So late in that second half, you had that breakaway dunk, and your teammates were absolutely fired up after the dunk. Just what's the team chemistry on the squad like, and what makes this team unique?
Wow. Well, everybody just loves each other. That's just what it is at the end of the day. No matter what's going on, we're all in it together. And day in and day out, we all put in the work and just stay together at the end of the day, no matter if we win or lose.
Trey, thank you so much for taking some time after the game. Enjoy the win with your teammates. Trey Duncan with 11 points. Eagles win by 31 against Felician.